Hello everybody and welcome to another Kev Play. This is Kevin and we're on part 19, part 44 of Spyro Reignited Trilogy, part 19 of Spyro Year of the Dragon. We're about 89% of the way through with Spyro 3. Right now we're in, what is this, the Crystal Islands, or what is it called again? Yeah, Crystal Islands. So we just cracked the surface of what we have to do here. Most of the base area is done. Happy New Year, by the way. 2023 is upon us. Or, not upon us, it's here. Seems like a very distant, futuristic type of year to say out loud, but it's here. Yeah, anyway, we'll get right back into it. We left off here last time. I think we'll try to get into the more of like the, I guess, like the side mission areas we still need to venture into. So we cleared all this out. Yeah, we got mosey on this way. Hope everyone had a good holiday. I had a Merry Christmas. It was nice, you know. I didn't get any games or anything. I didn't feel like I needed it to go out of my way to get it. Because this 2022 was just the year of, like, going through my backlog. So I was picking up games on Amazon of, like, old games from, like, PS1 to PS3 era. I know there's going to be some games on the horizon for 2023 that I might get. I'm also debating whether I should get maybe like Elden Ring or something, but maybe I'll just wait for the price to go down. Because in the meantime, I think February is Hogwarts Legacy, New Legacy or whatever, and it's one of those games I feel like I'm gonna wait and see what the reviews are, even though I don't trust reviews because I know everyone's all hellbent about, you know, it's a J.K. Rowling product or whatever. But I think it's, you know, it's Harry Potter. I grew up with I had some distance from Harry Potter and never really, like, you know, like, I read the books, the movies were alright. I didn't really, like, I kind of fell off with the movies after a while. But, I enjoyed the franchise of it and what it meant to me as a kid, but I haven't really been, I don't know, like, I haven't really inserted myself into that world in a long time, and maybe Hogwarts New Legacy will be a cool way to, especially since it doesn't really take place during Harry Potter time anyway. It's like the 1800s about, so should be interesting. Oh, this looks like a giant slide we're about to go now. Let's try it. This is very much like Super Mario 64. Feels like a nod to that. I remember, like, there was that. Even as someone who never owned the Nintendo 64, I've played, like, the Penguin Race over at friends' houses and stuff, and family, like, cousins. I had it too, and very memorable gameplay memory of my childhood. There we go. This was pretty easy. There's an egg there. Nice. Oh yeah. We do have the Sparks ability. He can just break things for us now. Here's the egg. I like how they place the egg right in front of the vortex here, because just to make sure you do not miss it. Eloise. That's our first dragon egg of 2023. Eloise. Hello, Pelpa Pig. Happy New Year. ...2023, it feels such a strange year to say out loud, but it's here. Let me go, not return home. Let's go this way. And I did say last time that I would try to get one episode in before the new year, but I kind of just got wrapped up in stuff, you know, family, and also, I don't want to jinx it, but in the house right now we have better Wi-Fi. We actually replaced our old router, and it turns out that our old router was pumping up like I think like a connection speed, like download speed of like 70 versus an upload speed of 30 at best, which is really not good. And now it's like it's more like in the hundreds versus what it used to be. So hopefully everything's going to be good with connection. But I don't want to jinx it. You know how internet can be. My Christmas was good. I guess we'll go to Bentley's World. Welcome, most esteemed dragon. Okay. It was good. You know, I didn't ask for anything in particular. I didn't get any games or anything because there's not really anything on my wish list right now. But I did get like a new... I did get the final season on Blu-ray of Better Call Saul, which is good because now I have that whole Vince Gilligan universe complete with Breaking Bad and El Camino and Better Call Saul on physical media. And I also got Bob Odenkirk's like memoir book. It's called Comedy Drama. It's about like his like career starting off as like an SNL writer and you know how he started off as a writer. He was like an improv with Mr. Show, and then he went through like shows like the Larry Sanders Show. He was in a lot of movies. He wrote a lot of movies, directed movies, comedy movies. But then he ends up in Breaking Bad and in Better Call Saul. So yeah, it's a pretty good read so far.
Good evening, Spyro. The amazing Rendini is about to put on a display of prestidigitation. I've heard it's quite impressive, so I'm going to watch the show.
Prestidigitation. That's a vocabulary word I feel like I need to look up. I've never used that word in my life. How was your Christmas, by the way? I'm sure you got some games. I think I remember you tweeting that you got some new games. Let's move this way. I think from what I remember seeing is one of the big ones, at least, was... There you go, yeah, I remember seeing that. Which, I don't know if I said it last time. I don't know if I announced it. I don't think I was done with it last time, but I actually did platinum it a little after the last episode. Like a few days after it. It took me about 80 hours, which, you know, a little longer than most, but I still had fun with it. I was really enjoying the world as much as I could, and yeah, it's my third out of all the games of 2022 that I played for PS5, which was for Horizon Forbidden West, Stray, and God of War, I platinumed all three. So I'm kind of glad with that. Oh, I did say okay. But yeah, I very much enjoyed it. I'm very much looking forward to your reaction. Like, I don't know how far into it you are, but I think you're gonna have a good time with it.
I am afraid my magic show seems to have overexcited them all. All they need is a good bonker on the head to calm them down. And you look like just the Yeti to help.
Bash the moles? Nah.
Well, I hope the moles calm down soon. I've created a fantastic new trick I want to show them.
Oh, nice. You found Tyr? Yeah, I love that moment. Because that's what I love about God of War 2 and how it's, you know, being in the Norse mythology now is that it's like you learn about Norse mythology as you play, and yet it's still such a very deep and, like, emotional story between, like, father and son with, you know, Kratos and Atreus / Loki. Yet you still learn more. Like, I never knew about the Norse God of War, so it's really cool to learn, you know, to see that and to see them meet, for Kratos and Tyr to meet. It's really cool. Alright, let's...
are still a little overexcited, and I can't start my next performance until they come.
Yeah, let's do it.
A light tap on the head should sort them out. But be careful, my friends are trying to burrow after them.
I have such a I have a memory of this particular mission I'm about to do because I didn't get Spyro 3 until later on until I was just like in like a gaming like thrift store one day and I found Spyro 3 like a new copy, so I picked it up, and that was around like when I was in college. But I always played it as when I was a kid through going over friends' houses and playing it. I remember my friend was going crazy over this mission because it was just so annoying, and it's still very annoying. But I remember I played it for him. And then I pretty much just like completed it. I remember like him and his friend were in the room and they were like, oh, thank God, thank you, Kevin, for getting past, because they were little kids at the time too. So I had to beat these guys. Well, I'm like timed too, so it's really. Oh, did you buy Stray? That's good. Yes, Stray is definitely worth a purchase. And if you can get a good deal with it, then that's even better. Oh my god. So I need to go a little faster with this. This mission can be rage-inducing. That's one thing I do remember. So, didn't you also get Sonic Frontiers? I think I saw you got that too, right? Oh god, I'm running out of time.
Well, that did not do it. See, they've got themselves all worked up into a tizzy. You'll have to try.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I think I have decided. And I would, you know. Well, wait, hold on, wait. See, wait. Alright. Yeah, I got Sonic Frontiers along with Mario 3D World and Kirby. Oh, that's right, because Kirby. I heard good things about that Kirby game, by the way. I didn't hear much about the Mario game, but it wasn't really on my radar. But I remember listening to podcasts and people were really raving about the Kirby game. But I don't know. For all I know, Mario's great too. I don't listen to much Nintendo podcasts, but I know that came across. Yeah, let's try this again. So yeah, my game.
The tap on the head should sort them out. But
my game of the year. This was a really great year in terms of like all three games that I played were very enjoyable. Very, you know, I think we can say that Stray was the smaller game, and I very much enjoyed Stray as the tight little package it is. Definitely very enjoyable. I really love the atmosphere of it. I love the story. The gameplay is fun. But yeah, I think the two real big competitors are definitely Forbidden West and God of War Ragnarok. Forbidden West gets. I feel like people like I know that. I feel like the Game Awards kind of overlooked it a bit. It was definitely nominated, so I shouldn't complain. Oh man, I was too slow. But like Forbidden West, I feel like people were a little too hard on it in a way when it first came out. I don't know why exactly, but for me, it's not only just a gorgeous game, but the gameplay is just like so good. So fluid, so rich and layered and fun and everything about it. And I like how they expanded on the world of Horizon Forbidden West in terms of gameplay and everything. Like, I think the story was very good. The pacing of the pacing was a little off when it came to like me being a completionist, like how I am with Spyro. Where I want to listen to all the dialogue, even like you know how I say yes and no for these like little dialogue choices. Like there's in Horizon Forbidden West, there's like a huge dialogue tree to go through, and it almost like slowed down the game in a way where it's like, oh, like I'm just like it felt like I was like it's like you do the gameplay and then you come across a character who's like going to talk to you and then it's like you're reading a book, and that became a little bit of a became a little bit annoying after a while, but not just it's still like a nitpick, but I don't know. It felt like. Oh, did I say no? My bad. I meant to say yes. But I don't know. It would feel a little like a monkey wrench was thrown in the pacing of the game. But the overall story, if like you were just doing the main story and you weren't like playing around with the dialogue trees, the story was awesome. Like a really great sci-fi story.
A light tap on the head should sort them out. But be careful. My friends are trying to burrow after them.
Like a little bit more mythological than I'd say Zero Dawn was, the first game. Because Zero Dawn felt more like a sci-fi concept, whereas this was like they took the sci-fi concept and now they're building more of like the mythology of the world, which I thought they did good with. And like the supporting actors that were brought in were great. Like Lance Reddick, was great in it. Carrie Ann Moss was great. I think Aloy's character, they could have done a little bit more with her instead of make her like this like kind of like almost like a selfish hero who just wants to save the world on her own, and she like has trouble like accepting help from her other companions. And I feel like they didn't really bring that story around full circle the way I would have hoped for them to. But that's just like me really just being very nitpicky. It's still like a 9 out of 10 game for me in terms of story and everything. But really awesome game. A little overwhelming with the open map, where it felt a little bit Ubisoftish, where like there was just so many, especially since it came out right alongside Elden Ring, where Elden Ring is being praised for a game as to not really giving you direction on where to go. You kind of have to explore on your own, whereas Horizon was dug its heels more into being that familiar game where it's like there's just a bunch of stuff on the map and you got to go in that direction and just figure out what that is. A lot of question marks on the map markers and stuff. Which isn't bad if they want to do that, but yeah, it did feel a little overwhelming at times, but overall, I'd say Horizon Forbidden West was easily could be a game of the year against God of War for me, without a doubt. But I have to say, and obviously I won't spoil anything, but like the story in God of War, the way they built off the first game and come around to give a conclusion to this saga, like it was just awesome all the way around. Like everything about it, really great performances, writing, directing, gameplay was fun as hell. Oh, hit one of the guys on the head. But yeah, God of War, I felt like the pacing was perfect. Even when I was doing side missions, I was engaged. There weren't, it didn't have that pacing issue where where Horizon was like getting me trapped in like being a completionist with dialogue trees and stuff. I liked how smart the game is with God of War, with how you like level up your skills and kind of have to like do like the math to like trade off like whether you want to upgrade a certain I guess stat in like with your armor and all that. Like the way that was done was really cool, just like with the first game. Yeah, Ragnarok was great. Any criticisms I heard across through the grapevine as I was playing, I did not really agree with. I enjoyed every single beat of it. I thought like every time the game would choose to do a different thing, I was on board with it. I was like, okay, I see what they're doing. That's cool. And everything was always super interesting. I feel like I was more emotionally invested with the story too, compared to Horizon.
A light tap on the head should sort them
Yeah,
out.
I remember,
But be
like, it was
careful.
hand-holdy. They were
Trying
saying,
to
like,
blow
oh,
up
like,
them.
you know... And honestly, I'd argue Horizon was much more glaring with its hand-holdiness, because Aloy would be talking to herself, saying, I should do that, I should try this, I should do this. Whereas when you play in God of War, like, you're usually paired with a character or two, and it makes sense. It makes more investive sense that your characters would be kind of riffing off each other, being like, "Hey, maybe we should try that. Maybe we should try, you know." But it wasn't as obnoxious as people said it was. There were moments where I was like, "Okay, yeah, I see what people mean," but it didn't take anything away from the game for me. Like, I still think the audio design of, like, the dialogue, of, like, the side dialogue while you're playing was still smart. I've played games before where it's not smart. Like, say, like, a game like Days Gone. Like, even though I enjoyed Days Gone, it didn't make... There was so many times where it didn't make sense why... Like, for one, the character was talking to himself a lot. And not only talking to himself, but screaming to himself in anger. And, like, I'd be in the middle of, like, a stealth mission, and he'd be, like, screaming, and it just didn't make sense in the story why he would be, like, making so much noise, when it's supposed to be, like, a, you know, like a zombie apocalypse type thing. Type story where you need to be quiet, or else, you know, you're gonna bring, like, a horde of zombies on you. Whereas with God of War, like, you don't run into that problem with, like, the story, aspect to it. Oh my god.
That did not do it.
All this talking makes this whack-a-mole mission a little bit more, not as easy, but we'll try it.
A light tap on the head should sort them out.
But I have to say, like, I've platinumed all 3 games. I thought I'd need a little bit more time to be like, hey, I need to give myself time before I really decide what my true game of the year was, so that I'm not biased having played God of War last. But I have to say, I think God of War Ragnarok is the clear winner for me, with Horizon Forbidden West being second. But Stray also has, like, Stray had perfect pacing for me in terms of its story. I think it was very, very well thought out and everything. Like, Stray is still, like, a really great game to me too. Like, this year of 2022 of the games I've played were all winners in terms of these purchases that I made, I'd say. Because compared to 2021, where I picked up, like, a game like Riders Republic on a whim.
Well done.
Oh wow, I did it.
Look, one of my friends dug this up whilst chasing the moles.
I wasn't even looking at my, like, mole, like, my, I guess they're moles, right? Or muskrats or whatever they are. Like, I wasn't even looking at my counter when I was doing it. I was just talking and whacking them. So that was a surprise to win that. But yeah, I think God of War Ragnarok is my game of the year 2022, without a doubt. Hank! Like Hank Schrader.
I am afraid I've had to cancel my next performance. One of the moles ate all of my magic cards.
Oh, this guy plays magic cards. My friend plays magic cards.
I am afraid.
Okay. Is there anything left over here? I think there is, right? Yeah, there's one little chest. But yeah, other than that, very solid year for PlayStation, I'd say. Seems like it was even a solid year for Nintendo, not so much for Xbox, but yeah, other than that, like I always fall into this trap after completing a game where I'm like, okay, what's my next game? Should I buy something else? Like, but I'm like, I decided to be a little bit more disciplined. I don't want to get any new games yet. Yeah, God of War wins, without a doubt, for me, personally. And I know that's like an easy answer because everyone loves to say that God of War is, but so my backlog this year was, in terms of the games I was playing, it was the Sly Collection, which I platinumed the first 2. I tried to get back, because the thing is, like, I was playing Sly 3, I was, like, almost done with the story by the time Ragnarok came out, but when Ragnarok came out, I just jumped immediately into that. So, Sly 3 is a game I still have to beat, but I'm stuck at a part right now where it feels like it's very directionless, and it's kind of discouraging to pick up and play right now. Where it's like you're in this like Sea of Thieves type area, where like you're in a pirate ship and like you can basically choose to go wherever you want. But at the moment, it's like I don't know where I'm supposed to go. So, like I spent like an hour playing it, and I was like, where am I supposed to even be right now? Oh, here's the key. But that I need to get back into because the game is still great. So I still need to play it. I just feel like I need to get past this whole pirate ship part that I'm in. But, there's that. There's God of War Ascension that I still need to beat. I can use a guide, but, whenever I first play a game, I like to try to stay away from guides as much as possible. Not that there's anything wrong with the guide, but, I don't know, I just like to give myself that little challenge of trying to figure it out on my own first. But, yeah, God of War Ascension 2, I'm stuck at a very late part in the game where it's almost like an elevator-type boss battle where, like, you're riding this elevator up and you have to, like, beat this one boss and then you go to the next boss and the next stage and the next boss, but there's no checkpoints in between. So if you die on, like, the third level of it, then you have to go back all the way back to the first one. So I've almost beat that part, but I kind of fell off that too because I just ran out of time before Ragnarok came out. Here's an egg. Grace. There's also the God of War Origins collections that I was going through, and actually I was playing Ghost of Sparta today, which is the second PSP game, and I'm playing on hard mode right now, and that's one of the games where right now, like, I'm actually getting through it pretty decently right now through the hard mode, so I want to see how far I can get with that. For me, I think it was gonna... I want to beat the dev times on CTR. Oh, okay. That's quite the challenge to go up against. But yeah, best of luck with that, because that's something I don't think I'm gonna try anytime soon. I mean, I platinum CTR, so I was satisfied having done the Oxide times, and I don't know if you need to do the Emperor Velo times in order to platinum it. I don't think you did because it was part of DLC. But I think that I also need to do too. But I'm in no rush right... Oh, I got that guy! Without having to use the Superfly power-up. Max. Okay, that's all the eggs. That was funny. I still gotta get the gems, so let's go this way, I guess. Oh, this is the beginning, right? I think I actually forgot to go down here last time, too. Coincidentally. Oh, there's an enemy here. There we go. But yeah, Ghost of Sparta, Chains of Olympus, I also need to get through, like, go through the hard mode and try to beat those. I feel like, I've been playing Death Stranding again, trying to get basically, like, in Death Stranding, one of, like, the things you need to do is get 5 stars on every, like, shelter. Like, in Death Stranding, there's a shelter, there's, like, multiple shelters around, and you need to, like, basically, like, level up and be kind of, like, get the highest connection level, which is 5 stars, with each shelter. So I'm trying to do that. I think I only have, like, 2 shelters left. I think the biggest hurdle I have with that game is trying to find all the memory chips, which is something I have no idea how I'm gonna go about doing, because the game really doesn't hold your hand in terms of where the memory chips all are. I think I need to, like, look through my, like, emails, my in-game emails to, like, and look at, like, the highlighted ones to see where maybe I get, like, missions from certain people that will direct me in that way, but there's that. I've been playing Banjo-Kazooie. I'm going for 100%. Okay. Are you playing... Can you play that through Xbox now that Banjo... Now that Xbox owns Banjo? Or are you playing it through, like, N64? Did I get everything? I did not. Alright, I gotta find this gem. It's always... There's always a gem I'm missing. Oh, maybe if I fly, I can find some gems. Oh, on 360, okay. Oh, that's cool. Wait, is there a physical edition for that? Because I actually have the 360. And the only games I have for the 360 are Halo, but I've actually always wanted to try Banjo-Kazooie. And if there's a physical edition for that, then I might pick that up. Because I don't know if like the digital storefront in 360 works anymore, but... Oh, really? Oh man, well, I tried. That would have been cool to do. Oh, invisible wall. Alright, so I basically have to find... It might be like a 10-piece, or... I don't know, I'm missing 10 value worth of gems right now. I think we're good here. If you want a physical edition, get an Xbox One and get the rare replay collection. Ah. Yeah, I don't know. Because the only reason I even have a 360 is because my friend gave me one because he was very kind to. I think he had two different kinds or two different 360s, and he gave me like his older one, which still works fine. But yeah, I don't know. I would have to basically find a good deal on Xbox One, but I don't know if I'm gonna do that anytime soon, unfortunately. But what else? My backlog, like, there's other stuff in my backlog I'm looking to get. Like, I was looking to get the BioShock collection. I'm still wondering if I should pick up Elden Ring once the price drops. Metal Gear Solid Legacy collection maybe might get. Did I get everything down here? I think so. Yeah. Yeah, it ain't worth it in my opinion. Yeah. Yeah, because if I was to get it, then you know, it's like I'm not like really crazy about like getting a Halo 5 or whatever. If anything, I would rather play Halo Infinite if I had a Xbox One X. But that's not another console. I'm in no rush to be getting. Do I have Bloodborne? I do not. See, the thing is, and that's the thing, is that I'm not really a big Dark Souls type person. I know Bloodborne is like in that same family. Same with like Sekiro or Demon Souls, but I know Elden Ring has been said to be kind of a more of accessible version of Dark Souls. Maybe there's something in here that I'm missing. Pretty sure I got all the gems here, though. I could try going over here. Nope, got everything. I already went over here. But yeah, there's a lot of games on my backlog that I still need to get, but, you know, I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of games that I currently own that I feel like I can get more mileage out of before I go buy like new games. I don't want to pick up a game and know I'm gonna suck at it. Exactly, that's pretty much what it is. But with Elden Ring, I'm willing to see how far into it I can get. Like, I'm kind of up for that challenge at least. I'm wondering if I should go to that other area. That other portal, which would be around maybe over here. I forget. So I already checked down there again. I can't believe I got that thief in the plane as easily as I did. Let's see if maybe there's something I'm missing from over here. Don't think I am, though. No gems here. Oh! Is there a way to get on? I think I might have saw like a little side area that I could have slid onto. I'm wondering. I'm wondering if that's possible. I'm gonna try to start over again because I think I just saw a little area that I can. Let's try this again. No, right? I thought that was like a little platform I can get to. Can you take shortcuts on the slide? I think I can. I think I sort of just did. It was kind of clumsy the way I did it, but I think if I try to, I could. But I don't think there's any gems here. How do you, so Sparks is telling me it's definitely not in here, at least. I know my rule is not to use Sparks, but, I feel like in Spyro 3 we're kind of at that stage where I've leveled Sparks up so much that it's kind of not that taboo to break my rule a bit. So maybe I will try it. So he's pointing that way. Let's use our little. Oh, maybe there's something up here I can get onto? Yeah, I figured. Cool. Nice. Okay. I'm glad that I wasn't spamming the Sparks button on that. I pressed it once and I just explored from there, I guess. Alright, so beautiful. Yeah, there was a shortcut in the Mario 64 version, wasn't there? When you're racing the Penguin? But I think that was like a wall. Wasn't that like a wall you can like break through or something? Or like a secret kind of like a magic wall that you can just like slip through or something? Okay, so we did that level. I think that was our first level of this area. No, I did the Desert Ruins already. Agent 9. Bugbot. Yeah, that's the Sparks mission. Desert Ruins is right there. That's Agent 9's lab. What's this? Let's go to the Haunted Tomb. More games should use collectible guides like Sparks. Yeah, well, what I really liked about Ghost of Tsushima was it allowed you to unlock like certain abilities to kind of like direct the wind to like if you wanted to search for a certain collectible, you can like do that in like the like if you got, I think you need like a certain type of like power or something, or some type of skill and it would allow you to do that, and like basically like it didn't feel cheap because like like in Ghost of Tsushima you're using like the wind to guide you where to go if you want to, and you can like basically like direct the wind to go in a certain direction you're trying to find. So games like that definitely get the job done.
Yet another daredevil adventurer has come to rob our catacombs of loot. Let's just hope you're made of tougher stuff than the last guy. If you can survive the trials of our catacombs and answer my riddle, we will give you a prize befitting your efforts.
Okay, so if there is ever Spyro 4, I hope they do more of this riddle stuff and take advantage of kind of like the dialogue, you know, boxes that they have, and like being able to choose different outcomes. Like, I hope Spyro kind of dips into that a bit, not too much, like not too much where it's like taking away from the gameplay. But I always love these little riddle things, and this is like the only level that does it. Next year is the Year of the Dragon, Spyro 4. Hey, that would be awesome. Honestly, I honestly think that's gonna happen. I would put money on that.
Here is my riddle. I am a vessel without hinges, lock, or lid. Yet, within my walls, a golden treasure is hid. What am I?
I would say an egg, if I'm to guess without my multiple choice yet. And that's not because I might have remembered it, but I do remember. It feels on theme for Spyro.
Don't try to answer the riddle now. You'll need to save your breath to survive the trials of the catacombs.
Okay. Come on, it's Spyro's time to shine. It is, definitely. And I still don't know. I still don't know what to expect with Crash Team Rumble. Like, it's definitely gonna be more multiplayer focused. It seems. I hope that there's some type of offline function to it.
Don't try to
But honestly, I'll take an online game if they at least give us a single player Spyro game soon. And I'm sure Crash 5 is going to be a thing too at some point. I should let these guys live so that I can take their heated rocks here and then get rid of this guy. Ow. There we go. Surely there's gotta be an offline game. I mean, I hope so. I think Activision has been very good about giving us offline modes. I mean, CTR, obviously, they had to do that. But Call of Duty still give... Even, like, the online... Like, the... What's it called? Even, like, the Call of Duty Black Ops 4, which is a multiplayer-only game with no single player... Even that one has offline multiplayer still. So they still do their job in terms of kind of appeasing the offline person, I guess. Oh god. I want to get this guy's spit rock, or my, you know... I think there's another tomb over around here that I should... Whoa! Alright, let's get rid of these guys, because I think I can still get the heat rocks. Oh, I need to actually use... okay. I see what... I have to actually use those rocks against them. Okay, cool. But yeah. I mean, Tony Hawk gives you that split screen multiplayer. CTR gave you split screen. And Call of Duty gives you split screen, and even gives you split screen online. So like Activision is pretty good actually about honoring offline multiplayer.
Here is my...
But I can't believe I messed this up. All right, let's try it again. Oh my god. There we go. What do you think of Crash mobile game getting shut down? I mean, as someone who hasn't had a new Simpsons console game since 2007, because Simpsons Tapped Out, which is a mobile game that came out in 2011, was very successful and was thriving, and EA used that as an excuse for them to get their money out of the Simpsons IP. I'm kind of glad that the Crash mobile game has called it quits, and basically didn't just become this thing where it's like, oh, let's just get our I'm glad they didn't turn it into a Candy Crush situation where Candy Crush is just this huge money maker, and therefore a developer like King won't come out with any real console releases. I'm glad that the mobile game is, I'm sure it was fun while it lasted, but I think it's better for the game to end so that we can get more console games on the market. That way Activision doesn't go the way of EA and depend on mobile to pay their bills. I like that they're a little bit more. I think in the end it's a little bit more gamer friendly to. Yeah, that too. I didn't personally play it. I know people enjoyed it to a certain extent, but if it's not going to be lighting the world on fire, then there's no reason to keep it around forever. And I think it had a good run. Oh, there's a skill point over here. I always forget the skill point. You just have to not be afraid of the dark, and then you got your skill point. How is that Tapped Out game? Honestly, I very much enjoyed Tapped Out. Tapped Out was a game that has a story mode to it, and I played it and I beat it, and I had a lot of fun with it, but also, then you have the post-game where you can basically just build your own Springfield, and they it was really cool because it almost had this timely event thing to it where you can watch the new episodes and then play the game alongside it, and then things that were happening in the episode, you would be able to get new characters or get new buildings or whatever, and every month there would be kind of what Crash Team Racing did, a Grand Prix or an event basically, and you would get certain objects that were if you're a big fan of the show, you would be oh, this is the month where we're gonna get the monorail and try to complete the monorail in our town and stuff, and it was really actually well done, and they actually still, I think it's actually still an active game still. But at the end of the day, I mean, I played it on my iPad too, which the only reason I even had an iPad 2 was because I got it for free when I was in college. But now the iPad 2 is kind of obsolete, so I can't really play anything on or do anything on it anymore because I think Apple phased the iPad 2 out, where there's no more updates, and now it's just very buggy. So I haven't really picked it up in a while. Oh my god. But it was really fun. When I first, I think around 2016, I was playing that, I was addicted to it. It's very, for a Simpsons fan, it really, you can play it without having to, pay for any microtransactions or anything. I think you can technically pay, there's still, they give you the ability to use real money, but, if you just wanted to play it legit and not, and, earn things, legitimately, then you would still have a lot of fun with it. I very much enjoyed it. Oh god, I gotta find my way out of this, Do I have a button? Where is that button? Oh, maybe it's maybe it's in the front here. Or does that only open one door? Let's try going back again. Is there a way I can get another I think I can get another heat rock up here. Let's try that. Ow. Damn it. What's your favorite Simpsons couch gag? That's a good question. I would say... Well, I really like the ones that are short, because there was a certain point in the show's history when they started to do really long ones because there was like a novelty to do so. And there's really cool long ones that they do later on in the show where they have guest animators come on, like the guy from John Kay from Ren and Stimpy, or like Banksy, or Bill Plimpton. Like, the really cool animators come in to like do their own guest animation for the couch gags. Those are like in the later seasons. But I always kind of feel like the really short ones, like where it's like 5 seconds long, are probably the more ones I appreciate, because it's like you have to write a joke in 5 seconds and make it seem cool. And I don't know, there was a lot of cool ones. How do I get past this part? Oh, there's a button right here. Okay. Ouch. But let me think. If I was to think of one... I mean, there's a cool one where, like, Fry from Futurama is, like, sitting on the couch. Like, they all get, like... there's, like, tubes that come from the ceiling, and they all drop in, and then Fry also drops in, but then he gets sucked back up. Oh, the Rick and Morty one's cool, yeah. There's like a cool Matrix one where they all like jump and they do like the Matrix freeze frame, and they spin the camera like 180 degrees, and they all jump on the couch, and like that comes to mind. There's one where... Ouch. I'm too much in Simpsons mode right now to protect Spyro right now. Yeah, but there's a lot of good ones, because it depends on what era too. Like in the classic era, I probably like I don't know. There's a little, I'm trying to think of, like, it's so hard to think of like my favorite one, but they're all great. What would you? Yeah, so Rick and Morty would be your favorite, you'd say? Like, I like the ones too where like all the Simpsons characters kind of just pile on in. I know there was one where there was like multiple Homers and multiple versions of the Simpsons family just piling in to the point where like they were like overflowing outside the windows of like they were crashing through the windows and everything. It was like, it was cool. That was like a season 18 one, but that's the one thing about the show, that even when the quality started to dip, the couch gags were always still great. There was actually a new Simpsons episode last night that was pretty good. It was basically like if the Simpsons do like a video log, or like were like internet influencers. It was kind of like clever how they went about it. It was a nice little new episode that came out. I should probably find Sparks, but I don't want to go through this rock area. Okay, I lucked out with the... Let's get this guy out of the way. Oh my god. Ooh. I shouldn't aim. I shouldn't manually aim. There we go. There we go. Yeah, Christine. Got a cousin named Christine, who I actually saw during Christmas. But yeah, I think the 3 games I'm looking forward to in 2023 is Hogwarts Legacy. I'm going to keep my eye on it. I don't think I'm going to get it day 1, but I'm going to keep my eye on it. I know the reviews might be a little biased or skewed because people seem to, like, a lot of, like, the mainstream media seems to have it out for the game. But I think the game looks really promising. There's that. There's Crash Team Rumble, which is, like, automatically I'm going to get that no matter what. I trust Toys for Bob. And Spider-Man 2, whenever it's supposed to come out fall 2023. And other than that, I don't really know what else is on the docket. Maybe Factions, if that comes out at any point. I'll try that out. But, yeah, I don't know what to expect yet for 2023 in terms of anything soon. I mean, for me, CT Rumble and yeah, Spider-Man 2, yeah, definitely. Where's this button? Is this the button? I guess so. Let's go back and get this purple. Ow. I gotta be very careful with my sparks, because I definitely am getting my ass kicked in this level. Yep. There's really no rhyme or reason to these rocks falling, is there? I heard that's another thing I know people are looking forward to is Final Fantasy 16. And maybe Hogwarts Legacy, yeah. You know, I haven't been a big Harry Potter guy in a long time. I mean, I read the books, like I said, in the beginning of this episode. The movies, I kind of fell off them towards the end, but they were, you know, decent. I always prefer the books, obviously, but yeah, I haven't really been like a crazy Harry Potter fan in a long time, but I always loved the world and everything, so I think the game could be a cool way to get back into it. Oh, I need his fire. There we go. Oh, we got another slide coming up. Stuart Copeland's pulling out all the stops in this soundtrack right now. Come on, Sparks, pick it up. There we go. Well, I picked it up, but... These guys really have an arm. Like, they really, like, are accurate if you stand still. There we go. Alright, get this one? Cool. Oh, ow. There we go, okay. So we'll leave this portal open for now. Let's just get that through the main area. So far, so good. Come on in, it's laser time, Agent 9. Okay. Yeah, we haven't been with Agent 9 in a while. Or, you know, a short while.
I see you've managed to survive the trials of the catacombs. Now let's find out if your wits are as quick as your feet. Do you remember the riddle?
Yes, I do.
I am a vessel without hinges, lock or lid. Yet within my walls, a golden treasure is hid. What am I?
So the golden treasure is more, it's not so much golden, more of a metaphor, more of a metaphorical golden, because, you know, what's better than a baby dragon? And yeah, it has to be an egg because it's around. So I'm gonna go with that. Is it a bone? Is it an egg? Is it a treasure chest? Or a bandicoot? I have to say bandicoot. I know, like, we know it's an egg, but I need to know what he says. You know me. I need to know what they say if I'm wrong.
Sorry, Dragon. That's completely wrong. You can try again, but you'll never get it by merely guessing. I see you've managed to survive the trials of the catacombs.
I wish.
Now let's find out of your wit. I am a vessel without...
See, what I wish they would do, though, I wish they would actually penalize you if you got the riddle wrong. In some way. I wonder if, like, a new Spyro game would have, like, a skill tree or something, or something that would make me... I don't know, like, obviously they wouldn't take skills away from me if I earned it already, but I'm trying to think of a way they could have penalized me without sending me back a checkpoint, or, I don't know. Maybe like they can do a riddle where if you get the riddle right away, then the next like area you're about to enter into is not as difficult. But if you get it wrong, then the difficulty is gonna rise, or something, or it's just gonna be a little bit, yeah, like it's gonna be more stressful to get through the rest of the level or something. That would be a cool thing if they tried that. Obviously, you can always just look up the answer, but I think I don't know. I think it would be fun. I wonder if I get wrong again, will he say the same dialogue?
Sorry, Dragon. That's
No.
completely wrong.
Okay, so he's just gonna say the same thing over and over. Okay, let's go with egg.
Have you heard that one before? I never thought you'd get it. Very well, a bargain is a bargain. You may have the dragon egg that I was guarding from the sorceress.
Thanks. Will.
I've waited 7,000 years for someone to solve that riddle. Now I can finally head off the seashell shore to bury some bones.
Wow. Imagine playing this game 7,000 years from now, and you come across this dialogue. That would be something. Now I can. Okay, you're going to Seashell Shore to bury your bone. Okay. Get in there. Okay, he just disappeared. So we did that. Alright, so I think next time we're gonna go up the ladder. And we're gonna go in Agent 9's area, and we're gonna go in that other area that we passed before. But the main area is done. Oh, I still haven't done this, though, did I? Oh, I did do that before. I think it's just I died before, so I already got the gem from it, so that's good. Okay, cool. So yeah, I think we'll call it here. Papa Pig, welcome to the new year with me. I'll be doing this next very soon. Looks like my internet connection is definitely better now. No problems so far. Yeah, it's been a pleasure. For anyone out there who wants to take it upon themselves to like, comment, or subscribe, it's greatly appreciated. You can subscribe to Kev Plays on YouTube, or you can follow me on Twitter at Let's Watch Series. Other than that, stay safe, stay healthy, keep a clear head, and keep on gaming. I'll catch you all next time. Peace out.